Hi, everyone. We are back. It's been 2.5 weeks, Jenna.
I know, far too long. We missed you
I
guys.
know we missed you guys, but we are back and we're sorry we were gone, but we had some stuff we had to deal with. But we're here to bring you Put a Ring on It. Like, I'm super excited. Uchenna hasn't really been on the show before.
No.
Usually it's Dior and I, but
So you got to explain what the premise of the show. I think season one, I watched like maybe one or two episodes. So like the people have issues with their relationships, and then to solve it, they're gonna go on multiple dates with other people. I don't get it.
Okay, the first time I watched it, I was just like, no way. This is season 3 of Put a Ring on It, episode 1. So for those of for our viewers who have not seen this before, let me explain it to you a little bit, okay? Uchenna has the premises right. It is couples that have been in long-term relationship and have commitment issues, whether it's due to past emotional issues and trauma, family trauma, or just themselves. They're not ready to commit. One of the partners is not ready to commit, where the other one is ready to commit and get married. Okay. So Dr. Nicole, a master relationship expert. Mm-hmm. At first I was master, but you know what? I listened to her and I've used some of her techniques, and some of her words have hit deep, and I use it in my own relationship.
Okay. You know who she kind of looks like?
Who?
Miss Huxtable, Felicia Rashad.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I thought so too. So too. She wears the same hairstyle, just a little bit different every now and then. Always the pull back with the big bushy ponytail in the back. Mm-hmm. But so these are long-term couples. They're not engaged. And at the end of this season, they must decide either put a ring on it or end the relationship. And I tell you, it has brought revelations to some of the couples. You know, last season was just mind-boggling. It really was mind-blowing. Okay. Yeah, but it's held in Atlanta because that's where she's based at. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's just either you're willing to move forward with your relationship, or you're just like, no, end it. It's not going to go forward. It makes you realize that by dating other people, I love what I have at home, and there's nothing better out there for me. Or
I like to date.
Yes, maybe there is something out there. Mm-hmm. But you know, Dr. Rafu, our sister, has told us from her patients there's not that much out there.
And yes, she always says the grass is not always greener. And a lot of her patients who have gotten a divorce and are now dating, they tell her that they regret it. They say to her that, you know, you should have just tried to work it out because it's not that great, you know, trying to date and find a new relationship. But it all depends on the circumstance of the relationship, you know, so. Mm-hmm.
I think this premises of dating to see if you should be with the one that you're currently with only works if you're unmarried.
Yeah.
The reason why is because it's not the same thing. When you're married for 15, 20 years and you're getting something new to date, you're going to be all up into that.
Yes.
It's new and it's interesting. You know, it's not the old, same old. Right. You know, so you can't use that same concept to revive a marriage to see, should I stay married or should I not stay married?
Right. You know? If you're at that point, then you shouldn't stay married.
Right.
All right. So, but we got to get into the show.
Okay. So let's get into the show. So we have 3 couples, which I do love because it makes it intimate. You really get to know these couples. You don't have 15 million couples that you got to try to get to know. There's just 3 couples. There's Otis and Charlene. And I have my notes, people, so I'll make sure I get these names right. Mm-hmm. Kenneth and Shorty, and Alfonso and Shay. I really like these couples. They're all beautiful couples, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. Beautiful and couples.
They're different looking in their own unique way, but they complement each other. And they're beautiful. Who is the teeny tiny girl?
That's Shorty. She's
with Kenneth. Of course. Yeah. She is like. So he's like this, she's like that. It's like a romance novel.
But beautiful couple, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. All of them are beautiful looking. Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and start with Kenneth and Shorty. So I was wondering, first of all, how old is Shorty? Because she looks younger than Kenneth, right? She looks older than Kenneth.
Okay. I was gonna say, what?
Yeah, I meant
Yeah,
older
I
than
don't.
Kenneth.
So this show doesn't put ages. Almost every reality show shows the people's ages and their occupation, but this one doesn't.
No, we know that she's a radio talk show host, Shorty in Atlanta. We do know that because she did say what she does on the date. But they've been together for 3 years, Uchenna.
Right. And
Do you
she's the
think
one
that
who makes the money.
yes, and she's the one that doesn't really want to get married, but he is all up on her, isn't
Oh,
he?
yes.
He
Yes.
loves her, and he's just like, I guess because he's not financially stable and responsible enough, she's not ready to settle because she doesn't want that in her life as a
Yeah, she doesn't want to
permanent
be the
status.
only breadwinner, which I can
Yeah.
understand.
And the only you don't have to, like, your man, I don't know. So we'll get into that. But do you think that your man, if he's financially responsible, has to make more money than you?
No, definitely not. As long as we're both contributing. And I would like it to be close to an even contribution, not like this, but, or it could be like this, but as long as both people are working hard, you know, I think that's great.
And
And
being
it has a
responsible.
potential for growth, right?
Right, right.
Mhm.
And being responsible. So if you're not making as much as your significant other, go back to school, learn a new trade, do something to help elevate yourself and be financially responsible. Watch what you're spending, stuff like that. And so I think that's what she wants. Do you think it's the age difference that makes her more
We
that
don't
way?
know, but I think so. Like and then plus they're different. Like he is from Louisiana, it sounds like, and he's more, he's more relaxed, a little bit more, urban, and she seems to be a little bit more conservative. So maybe that's also the difference. He seems like more childish than she does, and it could be the age. So maybe but she loves him, but maybe that's what's kind of like making her hold back and not be ready to fully commit.
Right. It seems to me that he is so into her because he's ready to get married. And he says, she says that that she's a boyfriend, sometimes a roommate.
Yeah.
You never want to be called a roommate.
No.
No, you don't want to be called a
But
roommate.
he cooks for her,
Yeah.
prepares dinner for her. Like, I mean, I think that's great.
Right, right. So we'll just go ahead and get into, we'll just go talk about the couples, then we'll get into their date. Okay. So that was Kenneth and Shorty. Then there's Charlene and Otis. Otis to me is kind of overbearing.
Oh,
he's a traditional guy.
So he's the one, the tall one with the muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. And a belly too.
Yeah, he does. When he was talking about, I'm going to be the physical trainer, I was like,
you need to train yourself
to the gym and train yourself, and then you can come back and train the soccer player and the tennis pro.
Right. Okay? Yes.
Right.
But so his cousin, the way they met, his cousin approached her, and I guess his cousin didn't have enough game, so he swooped in, and he was just like, yeah, like always, like he's just this alpha guy, and he's
very good looking. So
he is very good looking,
swooping a lot of women and winning that swoop.
Yes, I'm sure he does. But come on now, it was your cousin. Give him a break. But she fell for him, and she says he's affectionate, he's kind-hearted, he's a big teddy bear, but he's dismissive. They have issues with communication. He can be harsh when he speaks to her, and she doesn't feel heard.
And he also seems like he's old school, almost like male chauvinist a little bit.
But go ahead.
He said he wanted her to be more submissive.
That we won't find a girl that's later on into a couple of episodes down. It was in
No, he mentioned that. He said
he said traditional.
Look. That means submissive. Come on now. That's a dog whistle.
Okay. So do you think that she doesn't seem the type to be that way, right?
No, she's pretty much said that she's not that type. And so like he's been with her for a long time, so he should know that all of a sudden, she's not going to wake up and then become traditional or submissive. Like he has what she is, and he should accept it or move on.
Okay, so here's the issue, Jenna. Let's just talk about it, ladies, for a second, okay? Do we want our men to be the protector, to be the provider, to be the leader in the family? And if so, what does that bring to the woman? What part does she play? Does she just play the caregiver, the homemaker, the peacemaker?
Okay, why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't he be protective and be a provider, and she can be a provider also and then be equal? Why does it have to be unbalanced? Like, I am not going to be unbalanced. We are in an equal relationship, and we both make decisions. And it's not going to be like, just because he's a protector, he's going to lead me and tell me everything to do. It doesn't have to be like that. We're not in the 50s,
Right, we're
or
not
the
in the
60s.
50s or 60s.
We're in the
or even the 70s.
Oh,
in the 70s,
yeah.
the 70s and 80s, women still didn't have full rights, believe it or not.
Right. Yeah.
So
I don't think you need to be submissive. I think you guys need to be a partner. And everyone knows when a woman rules, it's so much better because we're compassionate, we're strong, we're caring, and we don't have this ego thing going on. So we can rule without being a dictator or taking full control. We're willing to share, with our partner, so he needs to get over that, or find someone who's willing to be submissive. Right. And a lot of women seem to want that, right? I've heard on other shows.
Yeah, I believe a lot of women do.
Some women, I won't say it.
Yes, I myself do like that my husband is a leader. I like that he's an alpha because I'm an alpha, but you can't have two alphas always together because it's kind of clashing. So sometimes his alphanism barks up, and then sometimes mine will bark up, but there has to be respect between both parties. I do allow, and I say allow, my husband to take leadership in the household, but I have to feel comfortable with it. I have to feel that it's best for the family, it's best for me, it's best for all of us all around. But if I don't feel that it works out, then that's where there might be a clashing, but eventually we work it out. So does he allow me to take, and it's allowed for both parties because everybody has the ability to say yes or no to certain situations. So does he allow me to take ownership and be the alpha in certain things? Yeah, he does. So like, for example, when we were buying our house, I decided I wanted this type of house, in Florida. And this is the type of house I wanted to have us settle in. And he was just like, okay, fine. All right. Fine. He wasn't favorable to the house. He was like, it felt too dark. And I was like, oh, we can lighten it up. We can paint this. We can paint that. It was really, you can paint it. You can do that. But in the end, yeah, we got the house that I wanted because he compromised. So I think it's compromising. And
yeah, I totally agree.
I think it's compromising.
Life is about compromising.
Isn't it though?
And relationships are too, but I don't
you
like
a punker rich. You look like a punker, like a rock punker chick today.
I can't even do it. I'm not used to it. So for before we end this conversation, I can see what you're saying. And if it works for you, I think it's fantastic. Everyone has to be comfortable in their partnership, and in the relationship. For Dan and I, it's equal. Like you said, we have to compromise. Like sometimes I'll want something this way and he'll have to agree with it. Sometimes he wants something this way and I'll have to agree with it. But for us, there's no one person dominating because that won't work for me and that won't work for him. Mm-hmm. And I want also our sons to see that type of relationship so that they can expect that with their fiance, girlfriend, wife,
Right. And that's one thing my daughter, Kaylin, has said to me a couple of times. And her boyfriend says, Kaylin doesn't take no shit. And I was like, no, she doesn't.
Right, she knows that's better. Right.
So, but with this guy, he is like no compromising. Like he is rude to the tooth. Woo.
Right. Oh my gosh. Woo. Especially during the date. Yikes.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, but that was just a bit too much.
Yes.
So they're both so she needs him to hear her and understand that her opinions matter. If you can't listen to your partner, and think that her opinion matters, you guys are gonna have issues. Don't even bother. Might as well just go ahead and pack your stuff up, get ready to leave and walk out the door.
Right, exactly.
Then the last fun couple, I think they are so cute. But
I know, so cute. She has great style.
Yeah, but they have issues. Yeah, Alfonso and Shay. Ugh. They've been together
that bad, but they do.
Girl.
I mean, okay, we can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, so no.
You want to start with them first? Let's talk about them and then start with them first.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So Alfonso and Shay been dating for 3.5 years. Ain't been introduced to his family. And she introduced herself to the mom by accident.
I know. But is that their issue? That's not the issue that they talked about.
Yeah, that's her issue. Yeah, that's her issue.
Okay.
That he is not, she is a very family-oriented type of person. Her families, they have get-togethers, just like our family has get-togethers, but he doesn't, his family doesn't have get-togethers.
Oh, they have get-togethers, but without.
But you're not invited, honey.
Right.
Which is terrible. So
horrible.
It's horrible. That's her main issue. Otherwise, she's ready for this to go, So
and they are engaged. So
they were engaged, and then he took back the ring.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't take it back, but then they're no longer engaged. And it looked like it was a nice wedding ring too.
Oh, how do you stay together after that? That seems like it would be awkward, but maybe not.
It would be. But she's probably thinking there's not that many men out there, so let me try to keep on what I got.
Right.
But ladies, you got to open your horizon, date other races, do other things.
Yes. We love Black love, but sometimes you gotta, just see what else is out there.
Yeah, especially if you can't find what you're looking for. Maybe somebody else is,
and they have no problem doing that. So we shouldn't either.
Right. The women sure don't. Yes, they don't. Yes.
The men sure don't.
But sure. Yes, true. They sure don't.
Right.
So we might as well just go straight into Alfonso and Shay. So Shay went out with this guy named Brian, whose shirt was buttoned up to here. I was like, if you don't unbutton 4 of those buttons, at least, so that you breathe.
Right.
I was like, and the shirt had to be ugly.
That's the style.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah. That flower print.
I don't mind the flower print. It was just ugly. I love printed flower print feminine shirts on guys. I love pinks and feminine shirts on guys.
Right.
But maybe it's because it was buttoned all the way up.
I think so.
And had the nerve to be short sleeved too. I just didn't like it. Did you like his outfit?
I didn't really pay any attention except for it was like buttoned up.
Yeah, I know. So he came in, introduced himself to Alfonso. They were fine. Alfonso was kind of like, eh. And then they went out on a date. And what did you think about that date? They went to somewhere called Spin Art. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I love those type of, out of the box type of dates.
Do you go on those type of dates?
Do I now? No. But I love to. Yes. Right.
You guys have stuff like that in your area, wouldn't you?
Oh, we definitely do. I mean, we just we never think about it. We usually our thing is going to the movies. Like we love going to the movies.
How many movies do you watch?
We love it. Especially during the summer when all the blockbuster. I'm a superhero type of gal. So we love going to those movies. And during the pandemic, it was hard. But thank God they were showing stuff on HBO Max. So we still got to do movies, but in-house. But you're right. We should definitely open up our horizons and go out and do that type of stuff because it would be fun. And plus with other couples too. Right.
We don't get to do that kind of stuff because of where we live. We don't have things like that. So my husband's like, well, we can go bowling.
You can go fishing because that's what you guys do.
I know. And it's not nice curb fishing. It's always somewhere kind of
in the bayou.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So they went there, and then afterwards, they went to lunch, and they spoke about family and how he's family oriented and so forth. But I didn't really think there was chemistry. Did you?
No, it seemed more like a friendship. Like there definitely wasn't like lust, type of chemistry, but they looked like they were having a really good time together.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah. And so so that was their date. And then,
mhm. Do you
they
think she would be swayed by him or not?
no,
Yeah, no, I don't
no,
think
I don't
so.
think he had enough swag.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah, he didn't have enough swag because Alfonso does have some swag.
Yeah, he does.
He don't care.
Mhm.
He let them titties hang out, in his shirt. I was like, Alfonso, you need to button up a shirt. One more button right there. But Alfonso, he has some swag with his chains. It's like Rick Ross, just a little
Right.
better
Right, yeah,
version.
you're right. He is. So
Right.
let's talk about the whole because so after they go on the dates, they all get together with the expert and they talk about the dates. And so she started talking about the date and then the relationship about him not introducing her to his family, especially his mother, and how that sneak attack she did to introduce the mother. And the mother was like, what is she doing here?
Right.
Which had to be horrible for her.
Right. So there's a reason why he didn't introduce her. And he said because his mom loves the baby mama.
Right.
And that's who his son's mom, and that's who the mom wants him to marry.
Right.
But does your mom dictate your love life and your marriage
Only if you're a
life?
mama's boy, right?
I guess I was just like, I cannot be with somebody who can't take a step without his mama. No,
Mm-hmm.
no. So, and then he said he was going on a work trip,
This
but
is
yet
hilarious.
posted on social media the family get together with the baby mama there.
That would have blown my mind. I would have been so pissed. I
I
would
would
have
have gone to wherever they were.
Oh,
I'd have
yes. I
brought
would
that
have
thing
drove
out.
there. Yes.
I was so mad for her. I was just like, he's got to be effing kidding me.
And then he started laughing, but I think for him, it was like a nervous, like uncomfortable laugh. But that still like really upset her. And because this is serious to her, as it would be to most women. And so she had to get up and go to the bathroom and cry, and it has to be, it has to be horrible. It must feel like you're not worthy, to meet his family.
And all her friends and family know about it too.
Oh yeah. And they're probably like, girl, why are you with him? You need to leave him, know? Yeah.
But yet you still.
Because she loves him.
Yeah.
And maybe she's hoping that eventually.
I think he wants to claim her, right?
I think so. He got engaged and he's okay with claiming her to the world, except for his family. Because then he was like, we had this big old, engagement party, and we spread our love to the world. And she's like, but your family wasn't there, so.
I think that was hard. And that's something that, and she was just like, I quit. I think when she was talking about it, she realized how sad it really was. And how like terrible it really was. And how, because if you love somebody, you're going to show them to whoever it is, no matter what. So his love for his mom outweighs. And you're supposed to cleave your family, your mom and your father, when you get with your new partner.
Yeah, it's like cleave to your wife, leave your family and cleave to your wife.
Something like that from the Bible.
Yeah, something like that.
He needs to learn that.
Right.
So we'll leave them alone and see how Dr. Nicole helps them out. Let's talk about Otis and Charlene. Otis.
Yes. Oh my God.
So, Charlene's date, what's his name?
He was so cute.
Yeah.
It was Meta. I love that name. That's a great name.
It is a great name. If I get a dog, Keith, if we get a dog's name's gonna be Meta.
Yes. That's cute.
Yeah. So Meta, he's 33 years old from Nambia.
Very handsome.
Very handsome soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the guy that Otis was going to show how to work out. Okay. He is smaller than Otis. I mean, he is way smaller than Otis,
right.
And so forth. But he took her, they had a good time, and he got her flowers and they talked, and she liked the fact that he came from a traditional family, but he himself is not so traditional. So it let her know that he's open to hearing her and listening to her.
And working with her and having a partnership. And that
Right.
she made sure to ask that because she's like, oh, he's from Africa. I've heard about that. And so she specifically asked, are you traditional? And he was like, I was raised in a traditional family, but I'm open to having like an equal relationship, so to speak.
Right.
So,
Right.
mhm.
So I thought that was really important. And he gave her flowers, some beautiful flowers. And
Right.
usually she says she doesn't accept them, but this time she did.
Right. Yeah. Because I think she kind of liked him. Do you think
Yeah.
that they had like physical attraction?
I didn't really read that yet from them.
And I don't think she was really allowing herself either to be as open.
Right.
And it also could have been the height thing, even though I thought he was really cute.
She probably liked that feeling of his bigness, Otis.
Right.
But what disturbed me was when she got home and how Otis acted. I mean,
she said that he was being petty. He wasn't being petty. He was being a bitch. He really was. It was horrible.
It was some flowers.
I know.
It was just some flowers on a first date.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there was a time when men brought flowers on the first date, right? That's something cordial, something gentlemen do. So there was really nothing wrong with her accepting the flowers, but she brought the flowers home instead of throwing them away. I wouldn't have thrown them away.
I know. Who would throw away beautiful flowers?
I know. Maybe you should get her some flowers.
Exactly.
So, but the way he acted afterwards, so petty. I guess you should have ate out with him.
He wouldn't cook the food for her. He brought out the food, a huge slab of salmon.
I would cut a slice off and be like, what you gonna do? Get it out of my mouth? Because you're gonna go you try to touch me.
Right. It was ridiculous. I was like, okay, he's just joking. Crying. I know. It's like, but I don't think she was crying in front of him.
Oh, you don't
I
think
she went to a separate room and was crying.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have been crying. I would have been
got petty with the wine. Did you see that?
He was like, I'm about to down this whole bottle. It's like, you should, because you're acting so childish. Yeah.
I'd have been like, now the wine, now you're taking it too far. Okay? You're taking it too far.
Sharing the wine?
Yes. Take the salmon, but the wine, no, we're about to drink that together. Right. But he was we knew he was going to be a problem with this whole date.
I didn't think it would be this bad.
I didn't think it was going to be this bad. But, he could have, but you could see he brought wine and salmon. He cooked for them. So he was expecting her to come home. They talk about it. But when she accepted that gift, that really threw him off.
Really threw him off. It was bizarre.
It wasn't even a gift. It was flowers.
I know.
Wasn't a ring.
No.
Wasn't a gown.
Jewelry. I know. Was it lingerie? But now she knows. Note to self: never bring home a gift.
Right.
Leave it in your car and take it to work.
Drop it off at a friend's house.
Right, exactly.
And so then the last couple is Kenneth and Shorty.
Now I remember that guy from season 1 because of his crazy accents.
Yeah, and his biceps too.
Yeah, and he was really good looking too.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand, why did he come back on the show? He must be a big influencer for them to come back on the show for one date. Not as a couple with a new relationship. No, if she wins him, she can keep going out. The girls. So this is the thing, ladies. The girls at the end of when next week starts. The girls will finish talking about the date and decide if they want to date their dates again. Oh, okay. If they want to date their dates again, they'll go on another date with their date. If they don't, they'll get a new person. Oh, I see. Okay. So Hollywood, I felt like Hollywood and Shorty had chemistry, right? Yes. How can you not with Hollywood? Yeah, they were flirting. Yes. And yeah, they were flirting. So much so that Hollywood even got her a $500 necklace. I was like, was that? And the boyfriend picked it up and threw it at me. It was nothing. I would have thrown it too. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'd have thrown it on the ground and stomped on that thing and brushed it with my heels really good. That's what I would have done. Because you don't need to accept no type of gift like that from anybody. I mean, I myself would have kept it, but not told him that it was a gift from another
Pretend that
guy.
you bought it yourself.
Exactly. But it didn't look that cute. I don't know what it was.
It was like this red, orangish looking triangle necklace.
Was it
I was
from
like,
Tiffany or no?
it was from the pottery store.
Oh, I missed that.
I was just like, that is a $500.
That was $500?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd have been like, you get no
Not
gift.
played.
No, you get no gift.
$500.
And he goes, pick anything you want, pick anything you want. So she picked up the necklace. I thought, oh, that'd be $25, $30, $50 max. And when he goes 500, I'm like, you better put that thing right back up there.
No, she should have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me find something else. She shouldn't have allowed him to buy. I mean, I don't think I would. Like, if you give it to me without me knowing how much it was, it's fine. But I'm not going to pick something so expensive. You know,
for somebody that you know for
just
what, an hour or two.
Right.
No.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that, but
no. So her man did the right thing. I would have had an attitude. I would have thrown it.
He wasn't petty. He was just like, no, you will not be wearing that necklace. And she was laughing. She was okay with it because she knew that
it was not.
No man would.
And you know what? And then he said something that was true. He said, is she doing this just to make me mad?
Yeah, which she is.
Yes, yeah.
And he cooked for her, like had dinner ready for her when she came home, which was really sweet, you know, and didn't take it away after he found out about the necklace. He let her eat.
Yes, yeah, because he felt secure in his love and their love. Otis must not feel secure, or he feels secure but feels disrespected. Probably more felt disrespected.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So that's about it, ladies, that happened on this episode. And gentlemen, I
enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I can't wait to see what happens next week, because if Charlene decides to go out on another date with Meta, Otis will be too damn mad.
I don't know what he would do.
But we do know that Shorty and Holly would go out on another date.
Oh, the previews. Yeah. So next week, do the guys get to go out?
Yes, the guys get to go out, and the girls get to see what it feels like.
Okay.
It's hard to me. If I saw somebody else,
the person's good looking, I think that would be super hard.
Yeah. If I saw my husband getting ready to go out on a date with somebody, you know what? I'd be like, all right, go.
I'd have to leave. I wouldn't want to be there. I would, but I wouldn't. You know?
Yeah, you would want to see her. As soon as he got in his car and took off with her, or she took off because I'd be having my car on and following them.
No, you would not.
Yeah, I would. I would. I want to see what's going on. But you have to trust your partner, and you have to let this whole experience
believe in the process, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. So
I know. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about it. Make sure you like.
Yes.
You enter comments below. Tell us what you think about this episode, the show itself, and you turn on your notifications so you can subscribe. Right. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday on Married at First Sight. Bye, everyone.
Bye.